Hey nerds, don't go anywhere because today we have a really cool one. You would have already seen it in the title. We're going to be the first one outside of the US to be checking the amazing Rule of Two from Korban. This is Darth Bane lightsaber. This is the guy that started everything with the Sith Rule of Two. You know what Yoda and Mace Windu said?
Always two there are. No more, no less. A master and an apprentice.
So you want to stick around for this one because this is amazing.
May the Force be with you, Padawan.
Hey nerds, Michael Vanna and welcome back to the Fellowship of the Nerds. I am your host as always, Luke Skywalker. Today, like I said at the beginning, I have a really cool one. I have the absolute privilege and pleasure to be the first channel outside of the US to review this lightsaber, and I think the second one all around to review this lightsaber period, because we're going to be checking out Korban's exclusive design of Darth Bane. This thing is phenomenal, and I don't say this lightly. This thing is aggressive. This thing is powerful. This thing is pretty much the lightsaber that you would expect from the guy that made the Sith into what we know from the movies. So it is really like there's really no other way of saying it that just really impressive. So what do you say if we unbox this and I show you how amazing this is? Folks, even from the start, the Korban box is insane. And of course, if we open it up, we're gonna see here that it has stuff written on the sides. It's pretty sick. Now, we are gonna find inside our hilt or charger, the retention screw, the Allen key, and this hilt that is absolutely amazing. I can't wait to show you guys. And boom, here it is. Look at this thing. Look at this beauty of a lightsaber. Like the curved design, the little details here, like this. These things are actually really pointy. They're really, like, I love it. This one is pointy, but a lot less. Like, this feels pinchy. It's really cool. You get two buttons. You get this and this one hidden back here as your secondary button. And to access your core, this is magnetic. Like, it's perfectly solid, like very tight there. You just, lift this and that's it. You turn on your, you can see, maybe, I don't know if you can see it there. Well, you can see there, yeah, the little green line. That's basically to tell you that the core is on, and it's your 3.9 Profi board, which is absolutely phenomenal. Now, fun story about this lightsaber. I asked the guys from Korban, Randy, who's the man behind this amazing store that they've been around for decades now, and it's probably one of the, if not the oldest place for lightsabers out there. And I asked them, like, hey, like, what's the story behind this lightsaber? How did it come to be? Because I've seen other Bane designs out there that have existed in the past. Some are curved, some are straight. So what's the deal with this? Essentially, this was a design that was chosen, and this one, was the winner. And this is the reason why this one exists, and it's absolutely outstanding, guys. Like, you can look up, like, if you Google right now, Darth Bane lightsaber, you're going to find a few designs. Like I said, some are going to be straight and some are going to be curved that have existed in the past. But this is a exclusive from Korban based on the winning design. And I thought it was very cool. Like, anything that you do, in my mind, that you do using fans to create something new, it's always going to be a winner for me, no matter what. So, just on that, my respects to Korban, because that's absolutely amazing. Also, look at this. Once the core is on, you see this on, you see the crystal there. I think that's really phenomenal, guys. It's really amazing. Now, this one doesn't come with a blade plug, but I'm using Darth Vader's blade plug. I kind of thought that makes sense to be using, the Dark Lord that we all grew up with on the saber of probably the ultimate Dark Lord. Now, if you don't mind, let's take this one outside, show you how impressive the exclusive Sound Font that this one brings is, I'll swing it about just to give you an idea of the smooth swing and how it all works. It's really phenomenal. Then we'll bring it back inside. I'll show you the sample with a little bit more detail in here. We'll probably not go over all the samples because they're very similar to the lightsaber from Darth Plagueis that we already reviewed. If you haven't, by all means, go and check that review out because that is amazing. That was also an international first exclusive review that we did because we were the first one outside of the US to ever do a review of that lightsaber, and it's absolutely phenomenal. I promise you. I mean, it's right here, lightsaber spear, and it's incredibly cool. So by all means, go and do yourself a favor and check that review because that one was really cool and we really had a blast with it. But for now, let's focus on this one and check out the amazing power of Darth Bane.
Darth Bane.
This one is absolutely amazing, guys. I cannot tell you what a joy it is to like swing around and move. It's absolutely phenomenal. I will get to on the pros and cons and give you my score, but like this thing handles like a dream. It's an absolutely amazing one. Now let's check out the sound fonts that this brings. There's obviously there are exclusive sound fonts, of course, and that's one of them. So if we want to try and see if we can get the other one, we just go back one.
Water.
Remember to go back one, you have to long press the main button if you have a 2 button and it'll go back.
Darth Bane.
There it is. Really, really loud but good lightsaber. Absolutely phenomenal when it comes to clashes, and then the lockup, which you can trigger by just long pressing the outs. Now, it doesn't have a twist turn on, and Corbans are very peculiar in this, and I actually appreciate them. They don't do the twist turn on because, you know, a lot of people are complaining that they were accidentally turning it on when, you know, moving it around, and it does make sense. So they only have the twist off, but not the twist on. For the twist on, for the turn on, you have to actually, you know, turn it on with the button, which is, I think, a great thing. Now, the rest of the sound fonts, like I said, we're not gonna go around them because essentially they're very similar to the ones that we checked for Darth Plagueis. So I don't see reason to bore you again with a sound font showcase. Just to know that they are as amazing and absolutely as good quality as the ones that you would get in Darth Plagueis, as the ones really that you would get in all Corban's lightsabers. It's one thing that really blows me away with Corban's is the fact that you don't only get a lightsaber. In some occasions, you get a lightsaber that's exclusive, that it doesn't exist anywhere in the world but from them. But also that you get great sound fonts that are compiled by some of the best out there when it comes to sound fonts. So, I mean, what else could you expect? You know, like you're going for the top of the top when it comes to lightsabers. Of course, you're going to get the top of the top as well. So, absolutely amazing. Now, moving on to pros and cons. Really, if I'm going to give a con to this lightsaber, it's going to be this one, is I wish it had more sounds and stuff on the sound fonts, as in, like, you know, more quotes and force, you know, I don't know if taken from the Clone Wars episode or what, but like, I wish it had more. But really, that's me splitting hairs, guys. Like, this is really just to try and be really partial and find something bad to say about this lightsaber, because there's not a lot when it comes to the design. The fact that this was, you know, the winner from a few options, that this was done with fans and stuff, that's a 10. That's automatically a 10. in terms of weight, operation, you know, ergonomics and stuff, that's another 10. This thing handles like a dream. It's amazing. I mean, if you're used to curved lightsabers, they can only go two ways. They're either a bit cumbersome or incredibly awesome to handle. 89 Sabers, Korriban's saber from the Count Dooku is an example of that. It was an incredible dream to operate. If you haven't checked out that review, definitely go and check it out because it's absolutely phenomenal. And this is the same. This is like, this handles absolutely amazing. You can handle this.
But one thing, Master. The negotiations were short.
With one hand, just be mindful of the aux button that you can press it like I just did, but it's absolutely great. So by all means, a 10. When it comes to design features and stuff, like say for example this, the fact that you can see the crystal and stuff through here, absolutely amazing. Like, if anything, it's a shame that you cannot just take out the chassis to appreciate the beauty of it, because it looks like, if you see here, see if I can get it on camera, you see that there's like, you know, some details and stuff and something. This looks phenomenal. So I wish that you could take it out just to you know, be amazed in its beauty. But other than that, an absolute 10. When it comes to sound fonts and all of that, like I said, I'm gonna give that a 9.5 out of 10, just on the basis that I wish it had a bit more sounds, quotes and stuff, and force effect stuff. But other than that, the sound fonts all overall absolutely amazing. As always, the exclusive sound for Darth Bane on this one, really cool. Like I said, it just had that little thing that I wish it was a bit more. But other than that, absolutely great. And when it comes to the fact that it is an exclusive lightsaber, obviously that's going to be a 10. There's really no other way of putting it, guys, because it's something that, I don't want to be mean, but like, say when you get a lightsaber, right, that is like, there's a bazillion models and options out there, right? You get your LGTs, your TXQs, your elf, your this, your that, and it sort of saturates a bit the market with the options that, oh, if you get this one, it has this, but if you get this one does this other thing that this one doesn't do. It has this little thing that the other one doesn't. Now, we've already seen it on our Ezra Bridger V3 lightsaber when we saw the comparison between which one was more accurate, TXQ or Demon Sabers, and it was the same saber from the same character, but they you know, there was some inconsistency. You don't get that with this, because this is an exclusive from Korriban, and it's phenomenal, guys. Like, I really couldn't fault. And the cool thing is that because this is from Korriban, our friends there were kind enough to give you guys a discount code Fellowship to get 15% off of this lightsaber. So if you use that, you're going to see it somewhere on the screen as well. If you use it, you're going to get 15% off from this absolute beauty, which I cannot tell you how much I would recommend. Because if you look at the all-around score of what we just discussed on the pros and cons, you're going to see the score somewhere around here on the screen. Is virtually flawless. It's nearly a 10 out of 10 all across the board. So by all means, an absolutely recommended lightsaber. And nerd, that is our super review. I hope that you've enjoyed that. I hope that you find that useful. I hope that you're gearing into getting one of them, because they're absolutely stunning. I cannot really get over the fact of how amazing this Darth Bane lightsaber is. And I mean, it's a lightsaber of the guy that started the Rule of Two, the guy that pretty much put us on the path for Sith that we know on the movies. Because before that, yes, there's a gazillion amount of stories out there when it comes to the Sith, why it ended up being the Rule of Two, you know, what led to that, what was the consequences of that, how that pretty much landed us on what we know from Palpatine and, you know, Darth Sidious and Darth Plagueis and all that. Yes, but we didn't know that when the movies came out originally. That's just evolved over time. And once you see all that lore that's been built over time, it's really cool, the story of Darth Bane. So it's absolutely, in my mind, one that you should definitely have to fill your collection of Sith collectibles, if you will. Or if you're just obsessed with Sith, and I know a couple of you guys are just all for the red, this is a lightsaber that you want. So I hope that you find that useful and you find that helpful. If you did, please leave a like. Consider subscribing if you're not a subscriber, because we obviously want you to be part of the Fellowship. And this is the reason why we do videos, so you guys can have, you know, all this sort of stuff, all that information for you to make the best decision where you're getting your lightsaber, because these are lightsabers that you really want to get, like this one. So I really want you guys to know how good they are, that you can buy them with absolute confidence that you're going to get a great lightsaber. So yeah, consider subscribing if you're not a subscriber. If you are, thank you very much for being part of the fellowship. Remember that whenever it might have already been over by the time you're seeing this review, but we do have a giveaway right now for passing our 3,000 subscribers. So thank you very much for that, of course. And if it's already passed and you're seeing this way into the future, don't worry, we're always doing giveaways. So if you haven't got that one now, you're probably going to get one soon enough, because we're always giving stuff away for you guys, because, you know, I just have a blast sharing everything with our wonderful fellowship. So thank you. Nerds, I've been your host, Luke Skywalker. Thank you very much for watching. Remember, the Force will be with you always. Remember to live long and prosper. May the odds be ever in your favor, Melanin. And until we meet again, mischief manage. I'll see you around, nerds.